Welcome to Ask Gwen, everyone. You get two for the price of one today. I have Robert and Kennedy with me, and these two lovely gentlemen are all about email marketing. So, for those of you that want to join in on the fun about email marketing, you're more than welcome to it. But for those of you who do have disabilities and find email marketing challenging, just you're welcome to slide anyway because these guys specialize in it. So, welcome, Robin and Kennedy.
Hello. Good to
Hello.
see you.
Hi. How are you guys?
Awesome.
Well, brilliant. Yeah, pleasure to be here.
Could you please explain to my fan base more about what you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So just so that you know who is who when there's two of us and we sound similar probably. I'm Rob, he's Kennedy. I'm a hypnotist and Kennedy is a mind reader. So we actually go on stage a lot of the time and perform shows where I hypnotize people and get them to do crazy things for the laughs. And Kennedy can make it look a lot like he can read people's minds, not using psychic powers or anything crazy, but just using psychology and body language and reading people and influence and understanding what they're thinking, as well as statistics and a whole bunch of other really smart stuff, again, to make it look like he can read people's minds. And along the way, when we started our journey as entertainers full time, like 17, 18 years ago, we realized that we had accidentally started a business. And we didn't want to start a business. We just wanted to get up on stage and do cool things and entertain people. But along the way, we had to figure out how to get clients and how we could get booked and how we could charge more than our competition and still be fully booked and all of this crazy stuff. So that meant learning branding and marketing and all of the other stuff that ends up being lumped onto us as sort of solo entrepreneurs, if you like. And so in the end, we ended up learning email marketing as a really cool way of getting more clients and converting inquiries into paying clients. And before you know it, we'd accidentally become email marketing pros. And we ended up just swapping back and forth lots of advice and ideas. And I'm trying this and I'm trying that. And over the time, we came up with our own sort of framework and ideas. And ultimately, that culminated in the creation of Email Marketing Heroes, our brand now, where we actually teach other people how to do psychology driven email marketing. So, applying our strategies that we use as a hypnotist and a mind reader directly to email marketing itself to make it higher converting.
How cool is that? How cool is that? I love it. I love it. You go, oops, I accidentally stumbled upon email marketing because you were trying to do a niche for yourself and get above the competition. And then you go, oops, I absolutely love email marketing, or maybe not. But here's my trade secrets, and I'm sharing it with the world.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And the thing is, I think for many of us, many of us have accidentally started a business, haven't we? Many of us did not want to end up being the marketing person and the finance person and the ideas person. We just want to do the thing we want to do, you know? So, and what's nice is we get to do it in a way that feels genuine and feels really good rather than that spammy, awful email marketing that makes you want to throw up, which nobody likes.
Hmm. No, no one likes. So, okay. What's your client success story? And what's the client that you say, okay, we can help you? Let's start with Robert, the client success story.
Yeah, I mean, where to start with a client? I mean, we one example that always leaps into my mind is a lady called Sheila, and Sheila is a coach, sort of a business coach. I feel that's probably a bit of a rubbish term for what she actually does, but we'll just go with that. It's the closest thing I can think of. And so Sheila helps business owners, mostly female business owners, who are sort of stuck with figuring out how to describe what it is that they do and how to sell it and scale and be efficient and effective and stuff. And so she had only ever sold her coaching over the phone or in person. So literally having a one-on-one conversation with somebody at the end of which might turn into a sale. And that's hard work, and it's very time intensive, and she'd never really done this email marketing thing. She thought she was, but she was just sort of sporadically sending emails every now and then. And then she joined our membership program, which is called the League of Email Marketing Heroes. But we call it the League for short. And she implemented the stuff and very quickly realized that she wasn't doing email marketing. She just thought she was. And so once she got into it and she started using it, she recently sold out, I think, something like 70% of a mastermind program online without speaking to a single human face to face or on the phone or on Zoom or anything. It was literally entirely sold by email, just sending emails, and people would click the link and go and buy and sign up straight away directly from the email. And so for her, that was a huge win to suddenly say, wow, I've just eliminated a whole bunch of let's say each one took, I don't know, an hour. I've just eliminated, say, 7 hours of work talking to people, trying to figure out whether or not they're going to join just by sending some emails instead. And people are going ahead and signing up right there and then. I think that's a bit of the word gets thrown around a lot, but I think that's a bit of a game-changing moment for a business like Sheila.
How cool is that? And now, Kennedy, what was the not so good client?
Yeah, I think that the client that I struggle with is the one who actually doesn't have a good product already, or doesn't believe and doesn't have any passion for the thing they're already doing. The way that we look at it is, if you show a lump of poop to someone, if you've got a lump of poop, right? It doesn't matter how much marketing you do, how many amazing Facebook ads you run, how many amazing email campaigns we give you and show you how to use really simple psychological principles in your emails, so you don't have to worry about the technology. All of that stuff that we teach, that we talk about on our podcast, the Email Marketing Show, we talk about in our membership, we talk about everywhere. Doesn't matter how much cool stuff we give you. If you're showing people a poop, you're just showing more people a poop. That's all you're doing. So
Yeah.
if you
Face it.
if you haven't got something that's good, don't do any of it.
Yes, don't do any of it. If you're not passionate about what you do, don't do any of it. Just go back to corporate America. Thank you very much, and stay in your bubble in corporate America. And so, Robin, I have a question for you. What is your favorite book?
My favorite book now, a business book or a general book or a novel?
Any book.
My favorite book, that's really hard to say. I'll tell you what, when people ask, I don't know if it's my favorite book, but I like it. And whenever people ask me for a book recommendation, it's the one I often give. And it's called Win the Crowd, and it's by a guy called Steve Cohen. Now, this is a bit of an off-the-wall choice because Steve is a magician, and we know lots of magicians from our entertainment world. He is known as the millionaire's magician because he performs for like super wealthy people. And he had, I don't know if he still does, but he certainly had a show in New York City, and really, really great. And I saw him in London years ago, about 15, 20 years ago, and bought his book. And it's all about how you apply the principles of a magician, like misdirection, confidence, showmanship, and stuff like that, to business and to life. And it was actually, I got it when I was a very shy, quiet, timid person, believe it or not. And that book changed quite a lot of things for me. So yeah, it's an off-the-wall choice. But it's called Win the Crowd by the magician Steve
Win
Cohen.
the Crowd. I love it. Win the Crowd. I love it. Now you guys go shoe and find Win the Crowd on Amazon or Audible, or just go find that book. And Kennedy, what is your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book. I wish I'd known I was getting the same question, that I would have been so much better prepared. I was thinking, oh, I don't have to think about my favorite book because that's already been asked. My favorite book, I really like. What do I really like? I like Maxwell Maltz Psycho Cybernetics. I really like that book a lot. I like The Obstacle Is the Way by Ryan Halliday. I think that's really good. So I'd probably say Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz is very good.
Psycho Cybernetics. Okay, people go shoe and find that book too. So 2 books for the price of 1. And Kennedy and Robert, if your BFF had to write about your best friend, and I'll start with Kennedy on this one, what would the title be?
What if my best friend was going to write a book about me?
Yes.
He would say, the title would be "I Wish I Was Funny as Him."
Yes. So, Robert, what would yours be?
Kennedy's ruined that a little bit because I was gonna call it. He thinks he's the funny one.
Oh, oh, Kennedy, jeez, you busted a bubble there on that one. So, as we wrap this interview up, do you have any questions for me? I'm starting with Kennedy on this one.
Do I have any questions for you? Yeah. What do you think is the biggest barrier that people have to doing email marketing?
The time and the commitment to doing email marketing. Now, as soon as I get my life organized again, that involves a huge announcement to you guys, which I'm not ready to make yet, but I will be making it. I will do email marketing because email marketing, just like podcast, is huge and it's here to stay.
For sure. And do you know what's amazing is a lot of people think I don't have the time to do email marketing. We do email marketing all the time. We think about it, we breathe it, we live it, we obsess over it. But unless we're working on a particularly intense campaign, which happens just a few times a year, we only spend a maximum of 20 minutes a day on our email marketing. That's it. It doesn't need to take that much time. So if you've got 20 minutes a day, then, it's one of the things that it's funny, we've got this Facebook group, right? And it's called the Email Marketing Show Community. It's named after our podcast, right? We're not very good at coming up with names. So we call the podcast the Email Marketing Show. We're called the group the Email Marketing Show Community because we're terrible at coming up with names. But and one of the things in the group is we have this unofficial club that we call it. It's a sort of a joke with members of the group called the I Told You So Club. And it's a lot. Basically, the idea is a lot of people come into the group and they say, "Oh, I haven't got time to do it, or it won't work for me, or whatever." And then we say, "Do you know what it is? Follow our system for like just a couple of weeks and spend less than 20 minutes a day, and it will work." And then they come in with their tail between their legs and they say, "Yeah, all right, you guys were right," and we enroll them in what we call the I Told You So Club. So, you don't have to have much talent, and you don't have to have much time at all to do email marketing.
And so, Robert, what would be your question for me?
I think obviously you said that email marketing is something you would like to do. So I'm curious at the moment, what would you say is the biggest driver and marketing thing behind everything that you do right now?
The biggest driver is that I need to get a office with a door, and I need to focus on my journalism. And I even though I produce wonderful content and people seem to like it, and people listen to it, I need to now take it to the next level. Once I take my own life to the next level, which the huge announcement will be coming on November 20th, you guys, and it's the November 19th as we record this, and so yeah, the huge announcement I'm stepping up my life and ultimately stepping up my email marketing slash my podcast.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. And we're going to stay tuned then.
Oh, yes, you guys are. So, where could people find you guys, and where could people find your website, your Facebook group, your course?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's very easy for any of us to think, "Oh, this email marketing thing sounds really easy for you guys because you've been doing it for a long time, or it works for other businesses." And we'd love to see if we can add you to the I Told You So Club and see how we can help you apply all of this stuff in a really simple way, whether you're really good at writing or really inexperienced and not really confident in writing at all. Don't worry about any of that stuff. So come and find us. We hang out in our Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group. We hang out in there all day long. We should probably actually get some work done. If you just go to Facebook and search for the Email Marketing Show Community, you can find that. And of course, there's the podcast which pairs with that, which is called The Email Marketing Show, available on all of your favorite podcast players.
You know what, you guys? I'm going to have Danielle put this episode out today. Danielle's my assistant. She's also my BFF. And I am going to listen to the email marketing show on a plane. On a plane. Let's just leave it at that. And you guys will figure out why I say that. But the email marketing show is coming on my trip because I need help. If I'm going to up level my life, I need to up level my podcast. So I might as well listen to a podcast on a plane, and I won't let the cat out of the bag any further than that because but I'm going to when I get to my next destination, which is not here, I'm going to possibly contact Bob and Kennedy again because they're going to help me. I have made the
Oh,
decision
cool.
that you guys are going to help me and you guys are going to help all my listeners. And so thanks to you guys for listening and thanks to you guys for supporting. And Bob and Kennedy, you guys, I presume all your stuff is on Facebook. I presume that the podcast is on all media players, Apple Podcasts, every which way.
That's right.
So if you guys know how to subscribe to Ask Win, you guys certainly know how to subscribe to the email marketing show. And please, 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 please leave a review in Apple Podcasts for the email marketing show. And please, please, please leave a review in Apple Podcast for Ask Win too, because the more we get on eyeballs to these podcasts, the better often we'll be. And so thanks to you guys for listening. Bye, you guys.